Hello, Uncle Aldo. I'm just getting set up as the Restream and the Twitch API aren't playing nice at the moment. So I'm having to set up a separate Twitch chat window on my crop for the moment until they get that fixed up. Welcome welcome to the hyperpolyglotting with Elise and our Duolingo speedrun. What I'm doing here is I am speed running the placement tests for all of the languages, since I've never actually done Duolingo before. I've heard of it, of course, but I decided to just sort of check it out. I've seen people do live streams of it and stuff like that, and it seems like it might be fun. So, and I did a little bit of it this afternoon. Quite enjoyed it then as well. Thank you for the follow, by the way. So, we did 12 languages earlier today in the placement test speed run, and I'm going to see if I can get through all of the rest of them. Oh, hello, Megaminder. Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if I missed chats from you at all, because there's this problem with the Twitch API not interacting with bloody Restream, which I use to stream to both YouTube and okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. Did quite a few languages this first time. Well, we could just do them in order unless anyone has any preferences. I'll run through the ones that I haven't done yet. Spanish, French, Arabic, Turkish, Portuguese, Brazilian apparently, Dutch, Latin, Greek, Swedish, Polish, Irish, Ukrainian, Norwegian, Hebrew, Indonesian, Danish, Finnish, Hawaiian, High Valyrian, which I'd never heard of until today, Scottish, Gaelic, Swahili, Haitian, and, well, these are betas, so I don't know if those are necessarily going to work, but there's, no, I did a beta earlier. Okay, Haitian Creole, Klingon, Yiddish, Esperanto, Navajo, and Zulu. Anyone have any preferences for what oh wait, Zulu is hatching. I don't know what that means. I assume it's a stage before the beta stage. Anyone have any particular preferences of where we go? Okay, well, I think we'll just do them in order then, why not? So, Spanish. Should be easy. Spanish is one of my native languages. I grew up trilingual with German, Spanish, and English. Okay. Load whenever you're ready, Duolingo. Oh, what's this? Add a new chorus. Spanish. Start course. Now, there we go. Apparently I'm in the Bronze League. I didn't even know this thing had leagues. Okay, is there a placement test here? Usually there is. Nee, also ich bin eigentlich in den Staaten aufgewachsen, aber im sozialen Umfeld gab's halt 3 Sprachen. Where the hell is the placement test? Is there not a placement test for that? Ah, there we go, placement test. Take a test to jump ahead. La mujer. That sounds like the voice of the announcer in like every Spanish language commercial that has a male voiceover announcer.
Buenos días, mucho gusto.
Okay. Hello, nice to meet you. Okay, that's already annoying because buenos días can mean good morning, that's true. But it can also just mean good day. Although a lot of the time the exact transition point between días, tardes, and noche is actually kind of hard to pin down and varies by region.
Un vestido caro.
An expensive dress. I've had people wish me buenas tardes when it was like 8 in the evening. An expensive dress.
Yo soy una mujer.
I am a woman. La
leche.
Un apartamento.
Apartamento.
This is a word with much regional variation. It can also be un piso, una pieza, un departamento. Yeah, I'm a professional translator. I have 20 working languages. And earlier today, I didn't know how long you were watching this afternoon when I started out with the Hindi. But I already did 12 of these, including several in languages I don't know actually all that well.
Un apartamento.
This is not one of those. An apartment. Ya lo dijimos.
Yo no comprendo español.
I don't understand Spanish. But it sounds like you speak it reasonably well, surprisingly.
¿No estás bien?
No,
estás bien.
El niño necesita un bolígrafo.
The boy needs a pen. Let me just see the crop. How's that crop looking? Yeah, okay, good. Crop's working well. Like, I taught myself, apart from the 3 that I grew up with, I taught myself about 17 others that I know well enough that I will take people's money to translate patents and contracts and other fairly unexciting documentation. But then there are roughly 20 others that I know varying degrees of some of.
El partido es el domingo.
The game is on Sunday.
Tú no estudias. Tú no estudias.
You don't study. La. Oh, esta
Niña.
Muy.
Muy.
Baja. Finnish is one I know some of. Peak German tries Duolingo for the first time, actually already knows all the languages. Peak German efficiency. Ja, also das kann man ja auch sagen. So where are you two joining us from? Mi
Pueblo es
muy
bonito.
Oh, that's good that they actually have you test for a noun adjective agreement there. That was one of my little criticisms when I was doing the Welsh. They don't make any. They didn't have anything to test out whether somebody understood the concept of consonant mutation, which is a major thing in learning Welsh and Irish and the other Celtic languages. So it's nice to see that they made you choose between bonito and bonita. That's nice. I rate that. I appreciate that sort of thing. Ah. De que parte do Brasil? I don't get to speak Portuguese very often. I read it fine, though. Señora. ¿Cuál
es su
dirección? I mean, now part of me kind of... now I'm kind of curious whether this will accept the equally accurate way of saying it, which is su dirección cuál es. Okay, well, I will be on for a while. I'm going to be taking a break around midnight. My mother and I play Wordle together, and it's the thing we do, so I'll be taking like a 15-minute break around midnight, but I'll be going for a while. Nice to meet you, Megaminder 3000. I hope to see you more often.
¿Cuántos amigos tienes?
How many friends do you have?
Pedro siempre necesita pantalones grandes.
¿Qué wea es esto? Pedro always needs large... That's a hell of a thing to just randomly
Luis
say.
y Nicolás están aquí.
Are Luis and Nicolás here? Necesito
hablar
español. Okay, ellos salen en la mañana.
Yo uso la cartera vieja de mamá.
Ay. Oh, am using is what they're asking for. I was gonna say, I would just say I use, or I carry would also work a lot of the time. Using my mom's old purse.
Yo pago el pollo y las patatas fritas.
Patatas fritas. That is very European Spanish. In all the rest of the Spanish-speaking world, although I don't know about Spanish-speaking Africa, it would be papas fritas.
Yo pago el pollo y las patatas fritas. Yo. Pollo.
Fuck off. Pago el pollo y las patatas fritas. Súper europea esa weá. Y eso que el acento de la señora que habla no es nada europea. No es. Nuestros abuelos están en casa.
A José no le gusta tocar el piano para la familia.
José does not like playing the piano for the family. But you can't get out of family obligations so easily. La semana que viene en el piano de la muerte. Sí, súper raro. Espero que haya un poco más de diversidad dialectológica también. Sería interesante contar también con voces, no sé, voces chilena, por ejemplo, voces argentina, centroamericana, porque hay tanta variedad, tanta diversidad en la forma de hablar el castellano, incluso en la forma de nombrar la weá, que bueno, hay que conocerlo, de todo un poco.
Nuestras madres trabajan juntas.
Our mothers work together.
Quiero visitar ese museo.
I want to visit that museum. But I want to visit that tomato because I just love tomatoes. They're wonderful things. Many of my best friends are tomatoes. Okay, that's another one. Sí, lo que pasa es que... Gracias. Lo que pasa es que, mi castellano, digamos, es muy del cono sur. Es muy chilenizante. Digamos la dura, es chileno. Aunque se convierte un poco, se va argentinizando a la medida que pase tiempo. En Buenos Aires, por ejemplo. Menos en Mendoza, porque allá el acento de la gente todavía es chileno. El vocabulario no lo es, pero el acento sí. Add a new course. Okay. So, in honor of the Portuguese speaker in chat, I'm going to skip a couple and do Portuguese next. Sí, el acento chileno, por ejemplo, es fascinante la forma chilena de hablar el castellano. Placement test.
Oi, boa tarde.
Hi, good afternoon. Okay, that is a Brazilian accent. Mulher.
Mulher. Homem. Prazer em conhecer você.
Nice to meet you. Elas
Bebem.
Leite.
Leite. Eles gostam de bananas.
They like bananas. And yet they're drinking milk. É um pouco contraditória aqui esta história.
Pão com manteiga.
Bread with butter. A blusa
Blusa.
é minha.
Minha.
O meu também. Sempre.
Maria ganha um cavalo.
Maria
Maria. Maria ganha um cavalo. Ganha.
ganha
Um
cavalo.
cavalo.
Maria gains a horse. The elephant looks to the ant. O elefante
Elefante. Olha para
a formiga.
formiga.
Nós.
A gente come
Comemos
peixe
peixe
no almoço.
almoço.
Não, nós não temos bebês. Não, não, nós não temos bebês. Não temos bebês.
That sounds like the voice of the guy who does the true fact videos.
Eles vêm
hilarious.
jogar.
They come to play. How did you learn it? Ela quer melhorar o seu português.
Há um mapa na parede. Há um mapa parede. Na parede.
Well, one thing that works really well is if you take a book that you really like, that you just know, I do this all the time when I'm learning a language. A book that I know by heart practically because I've read it so many times, and find a translated edition. Uma edição traduzida do livro. And when you're doing that, when you read the translated version, those are horses. You already know what's going on. You already know what the people in the book are saying, and you can focus on how they're saying it. And you pick up a lot doing that, I find.
Os gatos estão lá.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Os gatos estão lá. My
Nós
pronunciation...
não fomos estudantes. Nós não fomos estudantes.
My pronunciation in Portuguese is a little weird because I just never get a chance to speak it.
Ela vende até o relógio.
Okay.
Molho. Ou azeite vegetal.
Azeite. Fucking hell. Well, not azeite de oliva. Ela
diz
que
quer mudar.
Ele negou ser meu pai.
Ele negou ser meu pai. Correto.
Ontem nós não bebemos vinho. Ontem nós não bebemos vinho.
A mulher diz que...
Mulher diz
que...
quer
Comer. Arroz.
Okay. I'll be here. Ich werde noch da sein. Wo ist der aqui? A gente
Nós
fala.
falamos. Durante.
O
Ó,
jantar.
jantar.
Meu pai quer pagar o meu café da manhã.
Father wants to pay for my breakfast.
Qual
é
É
o
o
período
período
histórico?
histórico.
Okay, that's another one. Add a new course. French. Placement test. I'm drinking water. Il s'appelle Paul.
Il se appelle Paul.
Elle s'appelle Marie.
Her name is Marie.
J'habite à Berlin.
I live in Berlin.
Moi aussi, je voudrais un croissant. Moi aussi, je voudrais un croissant.
J'ai un portable. Un portable.
Ah, fuck.
Un portable.
Ce sac coûte le prix de 2 ordinateurs.
This bag costs the price of 2 computers. I mean, I would say in English costs as much as. Je dors.
Je dors
Chaque
nuit.
Où
es-tu
maintenant? Ah, willkommen zurück. Wir sind jetzt auf Französisch umgestiegen, nach dem erfolgreichen Abschluss der Placement-Test für Portugiesisch.
Bonjour, comment vas-tu?
How are you?
Nous étudions
à
l'université.
Un hôtel propre.
A clean hotel.
Hôtel propre.
Il
pleut.
Parce que je travaille trop.
Because I work too much. Oh fuck. I didn't click on the word work. Tabarnak.
Le professeur parle trop, je ne peux pas dormir.
The teacher talks too much. I can't sleep.
Voici votre chambre, monsieur.
Here is your room, sir.
Il neige beaucoup en décembre.
Celui-ci ou
celle-là.
Celle-là.
Un manteau noir.
Voulez-vous voir celle-ci? Voir.
Ah, tabarnak.
Voulez-vous voir?
Oh, tabarnak.
Vous voir celle-ci.
Tu connais
mes
mes parents.
Well, my dialect sort of shifts a little bit. I mean, when I'm very easily influenced in terms of dialect, like if I'm in Austria or Bavaria, my German goes a little bit southern. But most of the time, I'm either speaking Hochdeutsch or I'm speaking Berlinerisch, just Berlin dialect.
Vous connaissez cette actrice chinoise.
Tu connais
cette actrice. Nous disons bonjour à.
Non. Tabarnak.
Nous disons bonjour à nos amis.
Ils boivent tout le café.
They are drinking all the coffee.
Je ne aime pas conduire.
Ne, so nicht.
Je vais vérifier vos billets d'avion.
Everybody's very round. There we go, that's another one. Continuez. Okay, that's 2 rows done. Okay, Arabic. I know a very, very little bit of Arabic. My Arabic is very limited. We'll see. Rosa. Bob.
Warosa.
Cuba. Wakuria. I don't really know a lot of Arabic at all. I know the alphabet, and I know some words. I don't know a lot of words, and the trouble with the Arabic alphabet, I have this problem with Hebrew as well, is there aren't any explicitly written vowels, and that means you kind of have to memorize that, and I have trouble with that. Okay. Tamed. Okay, this is okay. Let me see. There was Jayid, that's good. Okay.
Libya.
Oh no, wait, that's Libya. No. مرحبا أنا إليس. حالي جيد. It's a haluki. A T and L, not a T. Okay.
جيد.
Fucking hell, I got that. I didn't. I was just sort of guessing there. I mean, I know Tamed and Jayid. Jayid is good, but neighbor I had no idea. Peru wa Holanda. تماما يا زيد. مهندسة. Oh, that's Arabia, that's not it. Jamia, that's not it, that's university. مهندسة بناية ملكة خور. no, غربية.
غريبة.
Oh, I got the word غريبة correct, but it was banaya. It's interesting because the past tense in Hindi of to
هو
build
زوجك
or to
يا
make
روزا.
is also binaya.
هو زوجك يا روزا. هو زوجك يا روزا.
هو زوجك
يا
يا
روزا.
He's your husband, Rosa. شكرا يا Maha. Thank you, Maha. هي. Okay. Jidan is very. Now, what the hell is the word? Okay, we know it's feminine. So خوانة.
جوعانة جدا.
خوانة جدا.
جاري جوعان.
جاري, my neighbor, is جوعان, hungry.
برلين مدينة.
برلين
مدينة.
Berlin is a city.
محامي في ألمانيا.
محامي في ألمانيا. Hold up. Okay, something is in Germany. Muhami. What the hell is Muhami? Visit where? Garage in Germany, maybe? Oh, Muhami is lawyer. Oh, yeah, it's a lovely city. I lived there for a time. Okay,
ليس
in عندك skirts. What the hell's the word for skirt? Tanura, I think, maybe?
تنورة.
Yeah.
كري.
mas é o som dos Estados Unidos.
أختي وأمي.
أختي وأمي, my sister and my mother.
أختي
وأمي. هل
اسمك
سامية. جارك.
عمر. مترجم.
يا رواد. Sim. Aos meus pecados. هل اسمك Carrie is your name. Carrie.
هل اسمك كاري؟
Is your name Carrie? Just heard that someplace. Oh shit, these are this is tons of words that I do not know. Fee. Narcotic. Shantatak, I think.
شنطتك.
Shantatek. ليس.
ليس.
ليس. قلم. Okay.
معك وأزرق.
Okay. Oh well, Ezraq I got right. That's blue. Well, the main thing they didn't like here was my word order, and my word order is correct. Ah. No problema.
هناك شنطة صغيرة في شنطتي. هناك شنطة صغيرة في شنطتي.
There is a small shanta. There is a small Moroccan in my blouse. Blouse in my bag, I'm guessing. Yeah, shanta is the blouse. There, fuck. Oh yeah, there's a small bag in my bag. See, my brain just immediately said that can't possibly be what that is, because it just makes no bloody sense. That is such an absurdist sentence. هل
عندك
تي-شيرت؟
شيرت. وتنورة.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Judy, of course. Let's try an easier question. اسمي رواد وأنا ممتاز. ما اسمك وأين بيتك يا أستاذة؟ Okay, let's hear that again.
ما اسمك وأين بيتك يا أستاذة؟ اسمك. ما اسمك وأين بيتك يا أستاذة؟ وأين. ما اسمك وأين بيتك يا أستاذة؟
بيتك, your house.
بيتك.
يا
أستاذة.
What's your name and where's your house, madam? أنت أنت مترجمة يا المحامية طاول
الكريم.
Ustada is also professor. Okay. شرط
شرط. زرق. وشاحك.
What is it? Intaz wa buni. Intaz wa buni. Okay, considering that is language I do not know very well, I think I did pretty... I mean, like, at all. I think that wasn't too bad. Add a new course, okay. Turkish. I know Turkish somewhat better than Arabic. It helps that it's easier to read. I don't know Turkish. I'm not exactly flash at that either.
Güle güle, görüşürüz.
Okay. Goodbye. See you.
Çocuk ve kadın. At.
Bir. Elma.
Yer.
Ah, interesting. The word for apple is the same also in Hungarian. I know some Turkish. I know enough Turkish to get myself into trouble because people think I speak better Turkish than I do because I have good pronunciation and I'm kind of good at grammar and stuff. So I will say things in Turkish with my very small vocabulary, and Turkish people just assume that I must be absolutely fluent because otherwise, like, how did I manage to know how to construct these complex sentences and all that sort of shit? And then I'll have to be like going like Almanca lütfen, Almanca. Oh, I'm sure you understand fine. I don't need to switch over. And then like 10 minutes later, yeah, I didn't understand a word of that. I'm sorry.
Onların yağı yoktur.
They do not have yağı. Okay, yağı, oil.
Ne, neden ve nasıl?
What, why, and how. Üç.
Domates. Yeterli.
Köpek
geliyor.
Well, that was hard. There were so many different ways that could possibly be. Bugün. Pazar.
Beşten sonra görüşürüz.
Saatin dakikaları.
Minutes of the hour. Oh, I'm glad you found this stream too. We also, do you know GeoGuessr? That's the other thing I do on this stream. I also do, like, if you want to ask language learning questions and stuff. I mean, that's the other thing I do on here. But mostly I play GeoGuessr. I just had randomly this idea. I've seen people stream Duolingo. It's like, okay, fuck it, let me do this my way and just see how many of these I can just speed run through.
Dedemin 2 torunu var, ben ve abim.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Dedemin 2 torunu var, ben ve abim. 2 torunu var. Dedemin 2 torunu var, ben ve abim. Ben ve abim.
My grandfather has 2. Interesting. Dedem is my grandfather. That's the same in Russian. Ded is grandfather. Dad, ded. Интересно. İlginç.
Halam denizde.
My halam. My aunt is at sea, I guess. Or is in the water.
Baban Hintçe biliyor mu?
Does your father speak Hindi?
Arabayı sağda görüyorum.
I see the car on the right. Bu. Benim. Yedinci. Eteğim. Eteğim. Okay. Etek is skirt then. Okay, I did not know that.
Bu benim 7. eteğim.
This is my 7th skirt. I don't know anyone who keeps count like that. Like, what are you, eating them? O tempo, conexões linguísticas, porém as minhas são muito mais limitadas. Será poder analisar as similaridades entre o turco e o russo. O russo é o que falo bem. O turco falo como a merda. Na realidade. Sim, é fascinante. Justamente as similaridades entre as línguas.
Bardak yere düştü.
Uma das coisas que mais me fascina. Yeah, limitado. You don't have to worry about correct
Bardak
chat.
yere düştü.
Bardak yere düştü.
Düştü.
Eu sabia o que queria dizer você. The glass fell to the ground. Bardak. Bardak no russo quer dizer como se puteria ou porqueria.
Kaçıncı sayfayı okuyorsun?
Which page are you reading? I mean, I would say, which page are you on? Okay. Veriyorum is giving. Okay. Ekmek, it's not ekmek. Erkek, it's not erkek. Bir örnek. Acaba?
Veriyorum.
Örnek. Ele não trabalhou.
Pazar. Çalışmadı.
Or pazar günü çalışmadı. Yes. See, this is the cool thing about agglutinative languages like Turkish. Çalışmadı is did not work. Yeah, çalış is the root that means work. Çalışmak is the infinitive, to work, trabalhar. Çalışmamak is to not work. And the past tense, de. Çalışmadı.
Yolculuk bitmedi.
The trip did not end. Okay, so bitmek is to
İlk
end.
görüşte aşk. Görüşte aşk.
Something love at first, ilk görüşte. Okay.
Rahat ol, hızlıca gelmen gerekmiyor.
Relax. You do not need to come quickly. Hızlıca, okay.
Sen araba tasarlarsın.
You design cars. Tasarlar. Mak.
Ben yüzerim ve o yüzer.
Ben
yüzerim ve o yüzer.
Yüzermek nedir? I swim and he swims. Yüzermek, to swim. Okay, cool.
Onun çok güzel bir yüzü var.
She has a very beautiful... I'm guessing she does not have a very beautiful Iranian, so we'll go with face. Is that it? I've reached my daily goal. You, Duolingo, you have no idea what my daily goal is. I'm going to be taking a break in just a minute for my nightly Wordle session with my mother. And then I will be back in like about 15 minutes after that. We'll see exactly when that's happening. I'm just asking her when she's ready. Continue. Day streak, but your streak will reset if you don't practice tomorrow. Watch out. You unlocked 57% of the Turkish course, which is impressive since I know way less than 50% of the Turkish language. Okay. So far I have done Turkish, Arabic, French, Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, Korean, German, Japanese, Chinese, Romanian, Hungarian, Czech, Vietnamese, Russian, Welsh, and Hindi. De nada. A gente vai ver quando a minha mãe quer fazer o Wordle. And until then, okay, add a new course. So that's 2, we got 3 whole rows now. Nederlands. Placement test.
De jongen eet een appel.
The boy eats an apple.
Een
man
en een jongen. Melk en suiker. Alsjeblieft. Hij heeft 2 varkens.
He has 2 pigs. 2 varken.
Het is koud.
Dus
draag ik een pakken.
Trouw. Oh, that's... Fuck. I clicked pakken. Okay. Trouw. That should have been, yeah.
Wij koken iets.
Hij eet tomaten.
Je
bent een
snelle
jongen.
You are a fast boy. Yeah, I mean, one thing that is very useful, if you just pay attention, you notice phonetic conversions. Like the short U in German, Junge, becomes a short O in Dutch, Junge. S followed by a consonant goes from sh, goes from sh to s, snel instead of schnell. And then like the AL, like kalt, becomes koud. And things like that. The more you notice those things, the more you can just sort of really take what you already know in German and you can apply it to Dutch. Of course, there's a lot that doesn't work for. You gotta be careful because Dutch doesn't work quite the same way as German, of course. In a lot of ways, it's very different. But there's a lot that you can kind of transfer over if you know the phonetics. Awesome!
Heeft iedereen een bord?
Heeft
iedereen een bord? Dat is mijn vrouw.
That is my wife. Het
schaap eet iets. Soms zie je mij.
Sometimes you see me. And the neat thing is, if you know Dutch, you're already well on the way to knowing Afrikaans. It's a pity I didn't see Afrikaans on the list of languages you can do on Duolingo. Because Afrikaans is Dutch, except it's Dutch the way that it was learned by people who were colonized by the Dutch, essentially. Like, particularly Malaysians who were brought to South Africa as slave laborers. So they kind of had to learn it on the fly, and they added in their own kind of their own vocabulary and grammar to it as well, and so it ends up with all these really interesting influences, both African and Asian and French and English, and a grammar that is not really anything to do with a Germanic grammar, except in certain ways. And it's just a very fun language to speak. Yeah, Dutch, if you're not listening carefully, sounds like people speaking English. It sounds like people speaking English, except you can't quite make it out. Ik heb een bruine hoed.
Ik zie 2 koeien, maar 0 schapen.
I see 2 cows, but 0 sheep.
Hoe oud ben jij?
How old are you?
Soms eten we in een restaurant.
Sometimes we eat in a restaurant.
Ik doe het zelf.
I do it myself.
Doe het zelf.
Wij
We ruiken met ons neuzen.
Met onze neuzen. Yeah, of course. Ons is Afrikaans. I'm so used to Afrikaans, it's influenced my Dutch.
Heeft er iemand een stukje kaas?
Does anyone have a piece of cheese?
Alles zit in de auto.
Everything is in the car. Afrikaans is pretty easy to learn. I mean, there are no verb forms. The verbs just stay the same way pretty much entirely.
Ik hoor de stemmen nog steeds.
I still hear the voices. Well, that's kind of dialing it up a little bit from do you have a little piece of cheese? Still hear the voices. What the fuck's it gonna be next?
Luister je naar me?
Are you listening to me?
Wie heeft er een vraag?
Who has a question? And I'm sure looking at this, speaking German, you see a lot of familiar stuff. Like wie is wer. Wie is wer. It's who. Heeft, hat. Eine Frage, een vraag.
Heeft er iemand een stukje kaas?
We just did this. Does anyone have a piece of bread? I mean, a piece of cheese? Have. Piece of cheese.
Ik stel de burgemeester een vraag.
I ask the mayor a question. Burgemeester, that will look familiar to you as well. Bürgermeister.
Het kind speelt met een rood voorwerp. Het kind speelt met een rood voorwerp.
The child is playing with a red object. It does a bit. I've heard South Africans joke that it sounds like drunk Afrikaans, but I believe that most Dutch people would say it's the other way around. Okay, I'm going to take a little break, but I will be back in like, say, 15 minutes or so. So stay tuned. We're going to keep going on this. I'm going to see if I can get through all of these. So I will be back. Just watch the channel.